So, hello once again to my Facebook, to my YouTube, to my Instagram, all of my TikTokers, everyone who has come on to here. I greet you today. And so I'm on here saying to every mother, do you feel like you're the one who is being stretched thin and that everyone just needs you? Well, guess what? Everyone needs you, even yourself. You also need you. And, as I say that, I feel like moms in general, we're always the ones giving and giving and giving and giving and giving and giving some more. And a lot of times, we're not getting anything in return. And what usually happens is a breakdown that we really don't need. And so we're going to be addressing a few things here. And I want you to stay to the end because I want you to drop in the comments, how does this make you feel as a mother? There are so many things going on in the world, and we're so, we pay attention to it. So not only that, we pay attention to the finances, we pay attention to the children, we pay attention to what's going on in the world, we pay attention to the people walking down the street. You ever sit by the window and just noticing everyone else? And sometimes you see someone who doesn't have something, and automatically you want to be like, maybe they need so-and-so pair of shoes. Who knows? It could be literally anything, but we're constantly giving and not being given to. We are sometimes broken, and then when we think about the relationship with our children, I think about it myself because at times, hi Mas, how are you? At times we do go through seasons. And Mas, are you a mom? Hi Ruwan, how are you? So sometimes we go through these seasons. We raise our voices, but a lot of that comes from the tension that we have within. Hi Sky Shine, how are you? Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh, thank you, Mas. There are just so many times. Hi Ishmael, how are you? So happy to have you all on here today. I am talking about, feeling burnt, like you're just giving and giving and giving as a mother, and just outside of our children ourselves, we think about the relationship that we have with them. Oh, Mas, it's morning where you are. It's not morning where I am. It's actually mid-afternoon, actually late afternoon. So I'm talking about, actually no, that's actually Olu. That's the light shining on my face. But thank you so much, Olu. So I think about so many times we as mothers were giving it. And I was talking to a friend of mine and I was saying, Olu, thank you so much for looking out. But yeah, that just happens to be, just a wonderful light shining. Thank you so much for the likes. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and, I'd share this channel with your friends. But anyways, I was talking to my friend, and she said that there are some mothers in her circle, and she realized that a lot of them struggle, and Skyshine, I do not speak Hungarian. I'm very sorry. Only English, so you'll need to translate. But anyways, a friend of mine said that there are a lot of mothers in her circle, and she found that they were struggling in some ways because they're taking on so much. And with that said, it's like when she can, just up and go and do a lot of things, motherhood really changes one's life. And there's a lot of responsibility. I always say, if you can make a little extra funds, hire someone to do the things that you don't like to do. Because, I realize in life that we take on ourselves some of the things that we don't have to do, but we do it anyways. And we don't really have to do it. So if it comes up to cleaning the house, then you can hire someone to do that. Sometimes, you don't like to clean. And that's absolutely okay. If we had our own businesses, we would hire someone to do the things that we don't like or seems tedious, right? So if you have your business, you would hire someone to send out your emails. You would hire someone to do your social media and all those other things. Why not hire someone to do the same thing as a mother? Skyshine, I do not have any pets, okay? Because in my opinion, I feel like a pet is like another child. You really need to take care of them. Okay, anything or anyone you bring into your house, you need to care for. And it's the same thing of having a child. You have to take it to the doctor, you have to take it for a walk, basically give it exercise, you have to feed it, and you have to find the funds to do so. So if you're ready to take on another child, then I guess you can have a pet. But if you do not have the capacity to care for a pet, I do not suggest anyone to get one. And you can't just get any kind of pet. You need to get something that you can actually manage. But we're on here talking about moms and how burnt some of us are. And my whole outlook about motherhood is that every mother needs another mother. And I am actually opening up a group where we can all come and talk together, because motherhood should not be done alone. And when you leave this group or these live sessions, in which I'm going to be dropping the link below, and I would love to get on a call with all of my moms out there and personally talk with you, get to know you, and we can see if the group is something that you would like to join. And if so, Sky Shine, thank you. Yes, I do have children. This is my whole outlook of this channel. It's about motherhood. Yes, I am a mother. I have a few children, as my friend would call it. I have, a handful. And, the Bible says to train them up in the way they should go, and they shall not depart. So from that training, and the thing is that with children, they tend to mimic their parents, right? So a lot of times for moms, whether we're angry, we're raging, the Bible says to be angry and sin not. Because there are times we can raise our voices and we can say things to our children that we really don't mean, but because we're frustrated. And a lot of times, in regards to relationship with our children, we have to check ourselves. And lately, I have really been doing that, because we go through seasons, we go through cycles, and there are times when I realize really I am frustrated about something. And sometimes we have our own childhood traumas, but at the end of the day, I know that my children can come to me and they can talk to me, because they know and they understand and they feel the love that I have for them. And not only that, tell your children that you love them. And, really get to, there's some things I don't like what my children do, but I know that when they leave the house, they behave themselves. And I thank God for all of that. So, when they go outside, they're great kids. And then when they come home, it's like, they make a mess. The noise is loud and everything like that. But guess what? Your children, when they come home and they make all of that noise, they are comfortable. Because when they go outside, when they go to school, when they're in the world, or whatever it may be, and just like you and myself here, you have to hold it together. You have to be a model citizen. You have to be able to operate outside of your home. And it's good to know that my children can do that. And sometimes, as moms, we get so upset and you say, oh my gosh, they're doing this. But in reality, your children trust you. They're comfortable with you at home. There might be a few struggles here and there. And this is why God gave you mommy and daddy, because you guys have different roles. But one thing I do when I feel like it's difficult for me to discipline, I pass it on to daddy, because we're a team, right? Because my voice is very nurturing and my children want to hear a nurture, or at least when I speak, they hear nurturing. So I say to my husband, can you assist me with this? This is what they need to do. And can you say it? Because, this natural discipline that comes from man, they don't have to yell, but when they say something and it's stern, children, they stand up and they listen majority of the time. That's if they respect the man who's talking to them. So definitely you want the respect of your children. And if you're constantly on here, Sky Shine, you will know my name. And every now and then I do tell you who I am. But I'll tell you again, I am Leslie, aka Mother Motivated. And I'm really out here, this came out of my own situation where I want to motivate mothers to do better, to feel better, to take care of themselves. Why? Because your children feel everything that you're giving off, everything that you're emulating, everything that you're saying. It's not what goes in that defiles the man, it's what comes out. So, us as mothers, what are we filling ourselves with? We have this little cliche saying, you cannot pour from an empty cup. But, Sky Shine, I understand you're a boy, and that's okay. I hope that when your mom speaks, that you're respectful, and that even though, she might get upset, she may be a little frustrated, and that's okay. You can even ask her, Mommy, are you okay? Do you need help with anything? And ask her on a regular basis. Say, can I help you with something today? Is there anything that I can do for you? And, we're training our children to be of help because we're all part of this family, right? And because we all are part of the family, we all affect each other. And so we all have to participate. And in the participation, it helps to make things lighter, and it helps things to move forward. So I would love to know in the comments, how many of you are mothers here? Just say me. Just drop it in the comments and say, me, I am a mother. Because once this live is done, I'm going to be dropping in the comments the link to book a call with me. And I'd love to hear from you. And of course, I'm going to offer you something. I do have a group that I will be opening. Right now, there's a waiting list. And let's see if joining this motherhood group, it'll be a live group where we will meet every month. And Sky Shine, we try our best to be to use good words on this channel, okay? So this is a clean channel, and so we're going to be good. And so let's go back to the mother. If you ever see your mom looking a little frustrated, help her out a little, because she could be going through so much. Maybe she just needs some time. Maybe she needs to go out and get a massage. Maybe she just needs time to take a shower. Maybe she just needs to eat. Sometimes as mothers, we're going about our day and we don't eat anything. And then we end up eating what the kids ate. Sometimes she just needs to exercise, because you know that exercising, even just starting out with walking, all right, Sky Shine, have a good night. Exercise is good for you. And if any of this is resonating with you, definitely like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. So, I want to make sure that all my mothers out there are mothering with a smile on their faces. They're feeling motivated, and don't get me wrong, there will be good days and there will be bad days. But the one thing is, don't do it alone. It's okay to ask for help. And I know that sometimes it might feel hard, but it's okay. Get help. Sometimes we're in a dump, but there's someone out there to take you out of the dump. You may be living in an area where where you don't have any family available, and that's okay. Ask for help, see where you can get assistance. You have motherhood groups online, because sometimes you don't want to talk to your best friend because you want to be open and real and you want an honest answer. So you don't want to talk to your best friend. Sometimes you want to come on anonymous and different things like that. I do have my Mother Motivated group on Facebook. I will drop that in the comments as well if you would like to join. Of course, you have to fill out yes, you would have to fill out the questions in order to join the group. I just finished a summit. It's called Motherhood Made Easier Through God's Word. And guess what? These are the last 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, that it is airing live. Sorry, it's not live. It's a recording right now. But if you would love to hear the interviews and be blessed, there's someone talking about ADHD, parenting a child with ADHD, talking about productivity for moms, talking about speaking the word, so the things that come out of your mouth. Remember I said it's not what goes in that defiles the man, but what comes out. What are you feeding yourself with? In the summit, we're also talking about reading the word even when you don't feel like it. We're talking about friendships, mom friendships. You know how many mothers out there are lonely? No, seriously, a lot of mothers out there, they don't have any mother friends. And this is where I'm creating that for you all virtually. And so, a lot of times you see a lot of moms by themselves. It's just them and their children. They could be walking down the road and, they don't have a friend next to them. So let's create that atmosphere for the moms. And also, if you purchase the interviews, you will have them for a lifetime. You can download the audio, play them in your car, and there is a workbook devotional there for you. All of those bonuses come along with that. And if you have any questions, come inside the group. You can message me and I will help you through it, and all of the above. So I will drop the links below. Also on my other videos, the links are already there, but I will drop the link below here just so that you can have that. And I want you all to just be happy, and you have that motivation that you need, but you're going to have to start somewhere. If you're feeling down in the dumps, you feel like you're always being called upon, mama, you're doing too much, and you're going to need to take a break, and you need to take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, it's very difficult to take care of your children, and I know how that feels. You don't want to go there. So with that, I say, I love you, I love you, I love you. Also, tell that to yourself in the mirror every day. And go home and tell your children. Tell them that you love them. And you stop and listen to what they have to say, because eventually they will stop and listen to what you have to say. I will see you all around, and I'm happy that for those of you who jumped on, you came on here and you listened. I want you to have a great day. Mother Motivated. I love you. Bye-bye.